Hey, it's Ryan with QLZ, WQLZ Green Room, and excited today. We're talking with Heidi and Henry of the Butcher Babies, a band that if you are like me, you go up to Bloomington, just an hour north of here at the Castle Theater on Friday. You will see them playing with Devil's Cut, Chad Gray. Very excited for it. Tour kicks off on Friday. I know I want to talk to both of you about like the first show of the tour and kind of the excitement of it. But Heidi, you said that you guys you travel with your dogs on tour. So first
Yeah.
off, I have to know what kind of dogs you have and what it's like touring with animals on all around the country.
We've got a cute, fluffy, white little, like, she's just fuzzy.
Your little cockapoo.
She's a cockapoo. She looks like a Maltipoo. She's got a pink little nose.
She currently has kennel cough, so we're dealing with that right now.
Yeah, we're figuring that out. But she comes with us everywhere. She's actually been on tour with us since 2017. So she is well versed in the road. She feels
She
super
knows the
comfortable
bus.
on a bus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but her name's Toki, and she is kind of our mascot at this point. We do our after show, we do meet and greets, like an after party on our bus, and she's half the lure. Like
Okay.
people were like, Toki's gonna be there.
They will ask specifically about her. Where's the dog?
Yeah.
See the dog.
Yeah. If I run into people on the street, they're like, okay, is Toki here with you? So she's the superstar.
So is she the most well behaved one in the band too?
Yeah.
No, works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bunk out of everybody.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. If she's not shitting in your bunk.
Yeah.
So
I guess we can't say that on radio.
You can. I can. If I play this part back, we'll bleep it. You're all good.
Okay,
You're
all right.
good. No. Has this actually happened? Has she actually shit in somebody's bunk before? Has this happened?
Yeah.
Ours, both of ours.
Okay.
She
Well-
has a habit of doing that.
All right.
Toki went paralyzed
no.
several years ago. In 2020, she went paralyzed, and we did all the things, all the physical therapy, everything. She can walk again, but the one thing
good.
she didn't get back is
She doesn't know when.
that feeling.
Okay.
So it's a surprise to everyone, including herself.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we just know if we feel her scurry, something's going down.
Yeah. It's the best alarm clock you'll ever get.
Yeah, well, yeah. TMI. So hey,
No, that's fine. No,
come to the
no,
show.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, come on the show, and hey, you might get a little bit more of excitement after the show is done with everything. So no, my
Yeah,
dog is But now the darker it's staying in the morning. I mean, it gets lighter. I mean, like you mentioned, alarm clocks. I mean, like I said, I used to do mornings, so I was up at 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah.
That schedule changed a little bit. But if it's light out at 5:25, 5:30, I mean, the dog's face is right here, like, hey, I gotta get fed, so let's go.
Yeah.
So they're
Yep.
great alarm clocks. With everything, but I know first show of the tour, like I said, it's cool. It's only been an hour away from here from Springfield, up in Bloomington, Castle Theater. It's a venue that I've been to a ton. I know a lot of our listeners are familiar with it as well. It's a great place. But told you, Heidi and Henry, you were telling me a little bit kind of what it's like now before that first show and the hecticness of it, but the anticipation of the first show and kind of what that first night is normally like or is supposed to be like.
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. I mean, we've been friends with Chad for such a long time, so it's the getting to know you is that's already happened. We're like BFF, so that's more of just like, all right, how can I help you here? How can I help you here? Sound checks here, doing this here. Oh, this is you're getting the feel of the day. But then once it gets to showtime, everyone is so excited. Everything that you've been putting together for months is leading up to this exact moment. Oh my goodness, are my lights going to work? Are the show files going to come together? Everything is just gelling at that exact moment. So there's anticipation, there's excitement, and everyone's watching each other's bands too, because it's going to be. No, I mean, we got to see Chad with his band in Sturgis last weekend.
Yeah, we kind of got to work out the first show, get to know yous. So Sturgis, we were able to actually hang. So,
but there's always like the standing side stage watching the other bands and being like, oh, what do they do?
yeah, size it
What are they about?
Yeah.
So that's always the first thing. But from a fan's perspective, it's always cool to see the first show because there's it's not like it's
Not polished.
it's not polished. It's not really a well-oiled machine yet. You get all the rarities. You get the you know, if someone messes up, you get to
Mhm.
see the real part of the show.
Okay.
You're not going through the motions up there as the artist, you're actually living it. And so it's the first show is really unique to see from a fan's perspective. So I'm excited about doing this in Bloomington.
I am too. I very rarely have ever gotten or lived at a place where it's like, hey, the first show is here, and I like that going in. I don't like looking up the set list beforehand. I don't like doing. There was a time I think before I was in radio, I kind of did, and then I told myself to get out of that. Like, dude, just go in. You find out so much stuff early when you work in radio. It's like go there and be surprised by what you're going to check out. So it's a cool thing to take in with that first show. You mentioned you're out with Chad. You guys have known Chad, so that kind of that little bubble is all good and everything.
Yeah.
What are you excited for? I know you got to see him at Sturgis, but for you as a band and knowing him, what were you excited for to see him do the solo thing? Because I mean, I've seen Hell Yeah a handful of times. Mudvayne, it took me a really long time to see Mudvayne, which was a shame. Like a year ago, finally saw Mudvayne, so I've never seen him do the solo thing. I know it's a new thing for him. But what was kind of like your perspective, like checking him out as a solo show for the first time?
Oh my goodness. Well, being able to see both songs in the same set, or both songs from, or songs from both bands in the same set list is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you never get you're not really sure what he's gonna do next. So it was really cool to just see, oh, where's he going with this? You know, it's like, is he gonna go on the Mudvayne side or the Hell Yeah side? It was really cool.
And the musicianship, I mean, the musicians that he has are just absolutely
They're
incredible.
stellar.
So
Yeah.
it's a really it's fun, you know, for us to be able to catch this show every single night. And there are some surprises. There's some really fun surprises that we may or may not be a part of. So
Okay,
it's
all right.
it's it's cool. I'm so happy for Chad. You know, like best friends since, you know, pandemic days when we were all stuck together, and we spent a lot of that time together, and seeing him put this together and seeing it be as successful as it's already been with, you know, sold out shows in different parts of the country, and now putting this tour together. It's awesome to see your friends succeed. You know, I believe full-heartedly. I'm one of those people that's like, I want to see my friends thrive. I want to see my friends succeed. I think that that's a beautiful thing, and I'm very happy for him.
Now, you tell me about this because I know you said you're excited for your friends. You want to see everybody go. You know, you guys have obviously undergone some changes the last couple of years. Night Bloom, it's out October 2nd. It's the first full-length record with just, you know, one vocalist with just you on this. What was the excitement going into this? Maybe the excitement, the challenges, kind of what you're looking forward to is you know, I don't want to call it a new era because I leave that up to you guys, but kind of like the excitement of going into a new record. You know, things are different, and going in with one vocalist on this.
Well, it was a lot easier than you think it would be.
Okay.
Because it's actually been, the writing process is the exact same as it's always been, just a little bit more focused, I think. And it was really, we started releasing songs from this
Mhm.
album in 2024, and it was supposed to just be an EP. And we were just like, let's just try it and see, you know, how this comes about. We're working with a new label, and we released that first song, and the embrace that we felt from our community and the label was so happy. I mean, that song just like grew legs and had you know, a life of its own. And so we're like, let's see what else we can do. So once we
Got
were
us really
we were
inspired. It got
yeah,
us really inspired to just keep going, and like now we got all kinds of ideas and
we were on
just really
tour.
opened it up. Yeah.
We were on tour, and so we got to come home and actually like focus and sit in our studio together as we've always done.
Yeah.
You know, for the every single album that we've made, just sit in the studio together and just hammer out different ideas. And I think that it was it all came together pretty organically and pretty naturally. One thing for me personally, when it comes to what the songs are about, I was going through just a lot of different changes myself. I had never experienced therapy. I had always probably should have gone. I think
Okay.
most artists probably could feel that same way. I always like should have gone. And in January of 2024, I was like, you know, I'm going to give this a shot. I just want to try it and see. And it was suggested to me, and I dove into therapy, and it just opened up a lot in my mind of memories and things that I had really suppressed, things that I didn't know were really like holding on to my heart. And so it really was the perfect storm of for writing for me. It was a perfect storm of creativity to be able to take a lot of these emotions from all these memories and being able to put pen to paper and actually turn some of these negative memories into huge positives. And that was something that I really didn't know that I needed in my life. And I'm super grateful that I was able to experience that. And now that all those writings and everything that I had beat myself up over for like 25 years, that's all Night
Yeah.
Bloom. That's on Night Bloom now. These are, you've got songs that there was, I got married when I was super, super young, and there's a song on there about the exact moment where we just, you know, like divorce was the answer. And there's songs on there about my growing up in the Mormon religion and coming of my own. There's songs on there about um and a very close friend of mine when I was younger, such a young age, took his own life. It's these emotions and these things that I had been just allowing to fester in the back of my mind for so many years, now put onto an album. And so this feels like it's not really a new era, but it's actually kind of diving into, I'm 41 years old, so it's diving into the last, 30 plus years of my life. So I'm super excited for people to hear it. And, being able to create this with Henry was really special too, because there's a lot of these memories that I had never really spoken about with him. And we've been ball and chain for 15 plus years. So it was almost like a getting to know you for both of us, and also me myself. I believe that therapy was probably the most important thing that I've done for myself. And I'm so glad that I can put it into reflection on this album.
Yeah. So how do you feel now? I know you said, man, there's a lot of things, I mean, in there that you've gone through, a lot of experience, so many experiences. So like the songs, you've been releasing songs. I know you had one, you had Cannibal with Mixie.
Yeah.
Obviously Blame It on the Wind is the one that we've had some features on here on QLZ and stuff. So kind of how's it feel now to get some of these songs, like get them out there? Like, do you feel relief? Do you feel like I'm so happy people are finally hearing these? What's kind of the feelings like with some of these songs
Yeah.
now getting out here, and you have so many years of memories and
It's
keeping
so
things.
it's so exciting,
Okay.
but also like
It's a
I
little
have
terrifying.
a little
So
terrifying because
yeah,
now I have to
you're fully exposed.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now I'm figuring out how to tell these stories to the public when I'm just, kind of like coming into them on my own. So,
Yeah.
but I've always been an open book. My everything that I've gone through in my life, I feel like it's not just a learning experience for me. And I feel like I've learned from other people, and other people can learn from me too. And so I feel like it's all a give and take. And so I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to turn these negative experiences into positives. And I know that I'm not alone in a lot of these experiences that I've had. These are very, very common experiences with people in general. And so I think that this is a great way for us to open up communication and be like, look, we can talk about these things. We can have these conversations. And musically for us, we really dove into a lot of stuff that we didn't musically do before.
It's a little scary too, because you're trying new stuff and you're putting a lot of thought and care into these things, and you don't know how a lot of times how they're going to be received. So you're just kind of going out on a limb, and especially trying these new things, and just like fingers crossed everything's going to go the way you want it to.
Yeah. I mean, people look at Butcher Babies and they think, oh, that's a heavy band. But a lot of this stuff on this album is still on the heavy side, but I think it's a little bit more palatable. And I think that's something that we were a little bit nervous about before. But as we've come to find out, our fan base just gobbles that up.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that was a thing that people wanted from us. And so
We're really happy with how it's being received so far. So the pressure feels a little bit off now.
Okay.
yeah.
So Blame It on the Wind, it's the single that you've got out right now. And anytime we get a song, whether it's on a feature, rotation, whatever it happens to be, and we talk to somebody, what's something you want our audience to know about it? Like whatever angle you want to take it from, what is something you would want our audience to know about this song?
I mean, this song is like we were talking about growing legs of its own. This is actually analytically the most successful song that we've released so far. It just started blowing up on streaming services, blowing up on, on Sirius XM, and we're like, wow, we had no idea this. We were like, oh, maybe someone will like
Yeah.
this. But this song written about kind of just a moment in your young adulthood, about a one night experience that kind of follows you for the rest of your life and haunts you. And that's what this song is about, and something that you can't steer yourself away from. And for us, we actually get to play it for the first time live in Bloomington.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for us, this is an exciting new era for us. I've been so I've been so pleased to see how many people are taking to this song. So yeah, Blame It on the Wind. Who knew?
You mentioned, the song comes out and you're a little bit surprised by the reaction of it. You're about 15 years in as a band. Is it nice to know that being about 15 years in, you can still get surprised like that? Does that feel nice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It does. I mean, we having this kind of like, as you said, a new era in a way, it feels brand new, it feels fresh. And so even though it has been 15 years, I do think that we are in a pretty unique position right now where it is almost like a rebirth. It is
Like the
almost
name has remained the same, but everything else has changed a lot. So yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Not really.
No,
It's
not really.
No, not fully.
No, no, it is a new era. It's just we've got a lot to say, and this album speaks it, and I think that it speaks for itself in that. It also, it touches on the change that we've had, not just in the band, but internally as people as well. In the last several years. And I think that the growth has been amazing. I think that sometimes you just feel stuck. And sometimes after, 15 years, you're like, well, this is the path that we have carved. So this is the path we must stay. And something that we've learned is that it's never too late to go the way that you really feel is special for you in your heart, the way that you feel like you're supposed to go. So I feel like this for us is almost like a debut album.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. You mentioned albums. I'm glad you're going with the full album on this. I'm a millennial. I still love
Yeah.
getting full albums, full records, and everything out there. And anytime somebody comes on for the first time, this has been a question I've done, I think, almost 5 years now. It's been a really long time, and it's cool to hear everybody's answers on it, because sometimes it's in the realm of what you think that they would say, and sometimes it's not. Favorite complete albums, like some favorite no skip albums that Heidi and Henry you've both got. So like those albums you put in start to finish, you're not skipping one song on.
One of mine is it's a more recent one, but Hardy, Mockingbird and the Crow. I found
Okay.
that one was as like a no skip. Of course, like No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom, one of my all time favorites. This one, Garth Brooks, Rope in the Wind.
Okay.
It's just back to like my childhood. That was a song, that was an album that my mom used to put on, and I can sing every song out loud to this day.
Okay.
Mine's a little bit more difficult. It would be Van Halen, the first album, all the way up through 1984. So it's just a really long day. So I would just kind of march through each one. That's kind of, yeah. So I put that on and just, oh no, here we go. It's Van Halen all day long.
He does this.
Okay. Well, I did that. I did that once with Seven Dust. I grew up in Ohio, and
Okay.
I think I put on like seven. I think I was living in Wisconsin. No, I think I was living in Wisconsin, and it was like 8.5 to 9 hour trip home. I enjoyed it. my girlfriend at the time was not the biggest fan of it, but I was like, I've always wanted to do this where I start from album 1 and I go and I listen to as many albums as I can to see how long it takes me to kind of get home. So no, Henry, I'm
Yeah.
with you on that one because I've done that.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to go back and revisit a lot of that stuff too from some of your favorite bands and check stuff out again.
Yeah, I've done that recently. I wouldn't torture her with that, but
Okay. Any other bands you've done that with recently? Now I gotta ask. Now my next question might be, what bands could you marathon? So that might be the thing. Any other bands you've done that with recently?
What bands could I marathon? I mean, I'm a big Meshuggah fan, so I could just
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
I've honestly, the Meshuggah is always like between every song I listen to, so I could do it.
I could marathon Lamb of God.
Okay.
That could be a marathon for me. Or Korn,
Korn would be
Slipknot. Yeah, I could marathon just front to back all of their albums. In fact, we've got a really, really long drive coming up, so I might torture the whole bus.
There you go. There you go. Are they all Garth Brooks fans or no? Or is nobody else in the fan?
You know what? They will be.
Okay, they will be.
You can't get Garth on streaming, right?
Yeah, Garth doesn't.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he.
strange.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to like actually have the
Yeah.
physical copies of those albums.
You-
I think
Is that-
maybe
is that
on
a-
Amazon.
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah. By the end of our drive to Bloomington, everyone will be a Garth Brooks fan.
All right, there you go.
it's not music. Then it's just true crime. So
Yeah, it's mostly
Is it-
murder.
it's mostly
Is
murder.
that how you pass time? It's music or crime docs, one of the two.
It's music
Yeah.
or murder.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Murder.
sometimes it's just like you can't listen to music, or when you're surrounded by music all the
Mhm.
time, the last thing you want to hear is music. So you'll just
Yeah.
dive into true crime, or any just sort of just talking is nice, or silence.
Yeah.
Silence is good too.
It's awesome. Well, Heidi, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. Night Bloom out October 2nd. Blame It on the Wind is out right now. I know Leaving California is out this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
boy.
about to say Going to California, and I was like, no, it's not Led Zeppelin. I had to look that up beforehand. I was like, I know Zeppelin has a California song. I was like, and I used to play it on classic rock radio, and I was like, wait, oh, nope, it's going to. They're leaving this one, but a whole bunch of stuff coming out from all of you soon. This Friday up in Bloomington, Castle Theater, Friday, August 28th, supporting Chad Gray. So Heidi and Henry, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time.